Hello, my name is Sean Prinky, and my presentation is on why I feel that ranch hunting is not real hunting. I hope that after this presentation concludes, you will agree with me on this subject. First, I will tell you a little bit about me and why I chose this topic. Hunting runs in my blood. All of my ancestors on my dad's side of the family were hunters, and 9 years ago that tradition was passed along to me also. The land we hunt on is owned by the farmer who lives down the road from us, and he gave us his permission to hunt there. Over the 9 years that I have been hunting, I have bagged at least one deer each year, including some decent bucks. I chose this topic because every time I watch a hunting show on the Outdoor Channel, the hunters are hunting on a private ranch and bagging trophy bucks that are unlikely to get that big if they were on public land. To me, hunting means going out into the woods and not knowing what you will see. That is what makes hunting so thrilling. But that is not what ranch hunting is. So what is ranch hunting? Ranch hunting is when you go to a private ranch in order to hunt. These private ranches feed, raise, and keep deer in a fenced-in area. People are allowed to hunt on these ranches for a fee. Usually this fee is in the hundreds or thousands of dollars range, depending on where you go. The land area of these ranches are fairly large, so there's still a chance the hunter will not see a deer. However, the chances of seeing a deer on these private ranches is much greater than if the hunter is on public land. Why isn't ranch hunting real hunting? There are two main reasons why I believe ranch hunting is not real hunting. These reasons are, 1, it is unfair because it gives the hunter an advantage over the deer. And 2, in order to hunt on a ranch, you have to pay hundreds if not thousands of dollars to do something that you can easily be doing for free. Why is it unfair, you ask? Well, for one, the hunter knows there are monster bucks there or they would not have to pay a fee to hunt. Second, the animals are fed and raised on this ranch. When you hunt on public lands, it is illegal to feed the deer during hunting season. But that's not the case on the ranches. Third, you are given a guide to go out with you on your hunt. This guide's job is to observe the movements of the deer, so now not only are you hunting deer that can only travel so far, you are given someone who knows where the big bucks travel and when. Lastly, it is unfair because the deer are more used to human presence. Because the deer are raised and fed on the ranch, and guides are constantly spotting the land, the deer are used to seeing people around. And when the hunters come to hunt, they won't be as afraid. I just don't see how the deer stand a chance in this situation. Looking at the picture on the slide, one can assume that this hunter is hunting on a private ranch, because typically deer do not get that close to hunters who are standing on the ground. If the hunter was in a tree stand or in a ground blind, it would be a different story, but he is obviously on the ground and in the wide open. Why pay for it? The second reason I believe ranch hunting is not real hunting is because you have to pay for it. What logical reason could someone have that would make them want to pay hundreds or thousands of dollars for something they can do for free? Some would say, well, that's where the big bucks are. Well, yeah, you'd be right to say that, but one, is there still a huge thrill from getting a big buck when you know there are not only one, but dozens in the same area? I don't think so. And 2, ranches are not the only place for big bucks. Big bucks can be found on public land also, and my next 3 slides will give some examples of that. 7 years ago, I bagged the 7-point as my first buck. I know it isn't the biggest out there, but it was the biggest we have seen on the land that we hunt that whole season. The feeling after seeing this deer go down was indescribable. Just this past hunting season, I bagged this 9-point. This has been by far the biggest buck I have bagged, both point-wise and width and height of the antlers. A couple years ago, my dad bagged this massive buck. I know none of these deer compared to the deer hunters bag on their trip to ranches, but for these deer to have been taken on public land, it is pretty impressive. And these are just the deer that my family has bagged on public land. There are hundreds, if not thousands, of other deer that are probably bigger than this on public land that I just don't have pictures of. In my opinion, the thrill of getting these deer is far greater than any thrill you can get from bagging a buck off of a ranch, because we did not know these deer were on the land we hunted. In conclusion, ranch hunting is not real hunting because of two main reasons, which are: 1, you have to pay for it when you can easily do it for free, and 2, it gives the hunter an unfair advantage over the deer. I hope this presentation has made you feel the same way about it that I do.